There comes a moment in every man's life, especially after 50, when he looks in the mirror and wonders, is my best behind me? Energy fades, strength feels different, and the fire that once came naturally now needs effort to ignite. But what if I told you that your body is still capable of power, vitality, and performance far beyond what you imagine? What if the real problem isn't age, but the missing fuel your body has been craving all along? Tonight, I'm going to reveal something so simple yet so deeply effective that it works while you sleep, supporting blood flow, restoring energy, and reigniting masculine power you thought was fading away. You don't need complicated routines, expensive supplements, or unrealistic changes. You just need one small shift done at the right time with the right nutrient to activate your body's natural repair system. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how one overlooked nut can help restore the vitality, confidence, and strength you deserve. Your comeback begins tonight. Your restoration begins now. And once you learn this, you'll never look at nighttime the same way again. Most men don't realize that the most powerful work their body does for blood flow, energy, and performance doesn't happen at the gym or during the day, but in the quiet hours when they're asleep. This is when the body rebuilds the very systems that control circulation, hormone balance, nerve sensitivity, and vascular strength. As men age, especially past 40 or 50, the ability to recover becomes even more important because the natural production of nitric oxide slows, the elasticity of the blood vessels decreases, and stress hormones creep higher than they should be. But during sleep, the body finally gets a chance to reverse all of this if it's given the right fuel. The truth is, nighttime recovery isn't just about resting your mind. It's a biological reset, a repair shop, a healing window where your cells rebuild themselves at a deeper level. Your testosterone signaling becomes more stable during sleep, your cardiovascular system recalibrates, and your blood pressure naturally dips, giving your arteries and veins a break from the pressure they carry all day. But the real magic happens when you provide your body with nutrients that activate these nighttime repair pathways even more strongly, creating a compound effect that you feel the next morning. That's why this keynote matters so much. When you choose the right evening nourishment, you're not just eating a snack, you're feeding the systems that keep you vibrant, energetic, and capable. Most men underestimate how much their nighttime choices influence their morning performance. They think sluggishness, low stamina, or poor circulation is just age, when in reality it's often a sign that the body didn't have the resources it needed to repair itself overnight. Sleep is the time when nitric oxide production pathways restore themselves, when damaged blood vessel linings regenerate, and when inflammation levels drop to healthier ranges. This means that if you want stronger, fuller, healthier blood flow, you can't just focus on what you do during the day. You must focus on what you allow your body to do at night. Giving your body the right nutrients before sleep is like giving a master craftsman the tools he needs to build something strong. Without the tools, even the best craftsman can do nothing. But with the right support, your body begins to create better circulation, better vascular flexibility, and better hormonal communication naturally and quietly. Your body is designed to regenerate while you sleep, but it can only regenerate well if it's supplied with foods that encourage repair instead of stress. That's why nighttime is the most strategic moment for men who want to restore vitality and blood flow. It's not about chasing extreme diets or huge lifestyle changes. It's about understanding that every night gives you a chance to rebuild the man you want to be the next morning. When you start supporting this process intentionally, the results don't just show up in your energy. They show up in your confidence, your mood, your performance, and your sense of control over your own body. Nighttime recovery isn't just a biological process. It's an opportunity, a gift, and a powerful pathway back to your strongest self. Most men over 40, 50, and 60 don't realize that poor circulation doesn't start in the arteries they can feel. It starts at the microscopic level where endothelial cells, this is the tiny inner lining of the blood vessels, control how wide or narrow those vessels can open. This lining is responsible for releasing nitric oxide, the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax, widen, and allow more blood to flow. When these cells are healthy, blood moves freely and powerfully, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every part of your body, especially the areas where performance truly matters. But when this lining becomes inflamed, stiff, or nutrient deficient, everything slows down, blood flow weakens, sensitivity decreases, recovery gets slower, and even your energy levels start to drop. That's why supporting endothelial health is one of the most critical things any man can do if he wants better circulation, stronger stamina, and deeper vitality. Many men assume that declining performance is a hormonal issue, but in reality, the problem often begins with endothelial dysfunction, where the blood vessels simply cannot respond the way they used to. Years of stress, poor diet, dehydration, lack of sleep, and oxidative damage slowly chip away at the flexibility of the vascular system. This doesn't happen suddenly. It happens silently over years, until one day a man feels weaker morning energy, less drive, less responsiveness, or slower arousal. But the good news is that the endothelium can regenerate. It can heal, rebuild, and return to functioning at a much higher level, especially when it's supported with nutrients that reduce inflammation, increase nitric oxide production, and improve elasticity. This is where nature steps in with solutions that are far more powerful and far safer than what most men think they need. The idea behind this keynote is simple but profound. When you nourish the endothelium, you nourish performance. When you repair the inner lining of your blood vessels, you restore the ability of the blood to surge, expand, and deliver life. The foods and nutrients that support endothelial healing act like small sparks that ignite bigger changes inside the body. They work with your biology, not against it. They help reverse the quiet damage that has built up over decades. They help improve oxygen delivery, which boosts energy. They help increase sensitivity, which boosts connection and intimacy. They help enhance stamina because muscles and tissues finally get the blood supply they've been missing. Men often underestimate how quickly circulation can improve when endothelial health becomes a priority. What feels like a permanent decline can actually shift in a matter of weeks when the right nutrients begin restoring elasticity and nitric oxide pathways. The endothelium responds rapidly to nourishment because its cells are constantly renewing themselves. This means that every meal, every bedtime ritual, every evening nutrient becomes an opportunity to rebuild this vital system. The moment a man begins supporting this inner lining, he is not just improving blood flow, he is reclaiming control over his body, his confidence, and his ability to perform at the level he wants. His endothelial health is the foundation of male vitality, and once this foundation strengthens, everything built on top of it becomes stronger too. Most men don't realize that nighttime is the body's natural repair window, the period when blood vessels heal, hormones rebalance, inflammation decreases, and circulation improves at a deeper level than anything possible during daytime. While you sleep, your system enters a state where it can finally slow down enough to focus on rebuilding the parts of your body that have been worn down by stress, age, poor diet, or daily physical strain. And the truth is, if you give your body the right nutrients at the right time, especially those that support vasodilation and nitric oxide production, you activate a restoration process that works for you hour after hour without effort, without pressure, and without dependency on any external boosts. This is why men who nourish themselves properly before bed start noticing improvements in morning energy, responsiveness, and blood flow, because the body has been working all night to restore the pathways responsible for performance and vitality. As men age past 40, 50, and especially 60, nighttime circulation becomes even more important because the body naturally produces less nitric oxide. This decline is normal, but when combined with stress, dehydration, poor sleep, or inflammation, it becomes the number one reason men wake up feeling weaker, slower, or less energized than they used to. The vessels simply don't open the way they once did, and the tissues that depend on strong blood flow are left undersupplied. But when you provide the right nutrients before sleep, nutrients that support vasodilation, oxygen delivery, and endothelial repair, you're giving your body the tools it needs to rebuild those exact pathways. You're helping your vessels relax, expand, and rejuvenate throughout the night so that by morning they're ready to perform with more power, sensitivity, and endurance. This process is not just physical, it affects confidence, motivation, and emotional well-being. A man who wakes up with strong energy and improved responsiveness feels different throughout his day. He walks differently, thinks differently, communicates differently. He feels capable again, connected again, alive again. And this shift begins with an understanding that nighttime is not simply for rest, it's for recovery. The right nutrient taken before bed acts like a signal to the body, telling it to restore blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and increase the elasticity of the vessels that matter most. Over time, this nightly support compounds into real improvements. Because the body thrives on consistency, a small action repeated daily becomes a powerful force for transformation. What most men forget is that the blood vessels responsible for performance are incredibly sensitive to nutrient intake. They react within hours to what you consume, especially if the nutrient is one that targets endothelial healing and nitric oxide production. Taking it during the day helps, but taking it before sleep amplifies the effect. Your body uses the entire night to absorb it, circulate it, and integrate it into the repair process. And every night of repair means stronger morning vitality, better circulation, and improved stamina. This is why men who prioritize nighttime vascular nutrients notice shifts faster than they expect. They're leveraging the body's most powerful natural window for healing and turning sleep into a tool that works silently, consistently, and deeply to restore the blood flow they thought they had lost forever. Many men over 40, 50, and 60 don't realize that the biggest enemy of their performance isn't age itself, but the silent, persistent inflammation that slowly tightens blood vessels, weakens circulation, and disrupts the body's natural rhythm. This inflammation builds up over years, fueled by stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, and the simple wear and tear of life. The result is stiffness, heaviness, slower blood flow, and a drop in the vitality that once came effortlessly. But what's even more important to understand is that your body is not working against you. It's constantly trying to repair and rebalance itself. It just needs the right support at the right time, especially nutrients that calm inflammation, soothe the cardiovascular system, and relax the vessel walls so blood can move freely through the areas that matter most. When you supply your body with a nutrient-rich food that naturally reduces inflammation, something powerful happens. The blood vessels begin to soften and widen again, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to circulate to your muscles and tissues. The organs involved in energy, stamina, and intimate function receive a stronger supply, which means they can finally operate the way they're designed to. This is why men often feel a noticeable difference not long after adding the right anti-inflammatory foods to their routine. Their body feels lighter, their energy rises, and their confidence begins to rebuild from the inside out. The change is real because circulation is the foundation of performance, vitality, and physical strength. When circulation improves, everything improves. Inflammation doesn't just affect the blood vessels, it interferes with hormone balance, especially in older men. When the body is inflamed, it becomes harder to maintain healthy levels of testosterone, and this imbalance creates even more fatigue, sluggishness, and emotional strain. But when inflammation levels begin to drop, the hormones naturally recalibrate. You start feeling clearer, more grounded, more in tune with your strength. Men don't always connect these dots, but the truth is simple. Reduced inflammation equals better blood flow, better hormonal balance, and better overall performance. Your body is always communicating with you through the way you feel. And when you nourish it with foods that calm inflammation, you're telling it that you are ready to reclaim your health and vitality. The nutrient we're talking about in this speech doesn't work like a stimulant. It's not something that forces your body to respond. It works by supporting your body's natural systems, especially the endothelial cells that line your blood vessels. These cells are responsible for producing nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your vessels to relax and open. When inflammation is high, nitric oxide is low. But when inflammation decreases, nitric oxide increases, and suddenly your circulation becomes more powerful, more responsive, and more consistent. sis. This is why men who take the right nutrient before sleep begin waking up with better morning energy and stronger flow. Their vessels are no longer fighting against tightness, they're functioning freely and naturally. Most importantly, reducing inflammation restores confidence. It gives men back the belief that their best years are not behind them but still ahead. Because when your blood flows better, your mind sharpens, your body strengthens, and your sense of masculinity returns. And it all begins with understanding that inflammation is not permanent. It's not a sentence. It's a signal. And when you respond to that signal with the right nutrient, taken consistently and intentionally, you activate a healing process that supports you every night, helping you wake up stronger, clearer, and more capable than the day before. The most overlooked truth about men's health after 50 is that the body does its deepest repair while you sleep, and the choices you make before bedtime can completely reshape how strong, energized, and confident you feel the next morning. Men often focus on what they do during the day, exercise, supplements, diet, without realizing that the night is when real restoration happens. Blood vessels relax, tissues rebuild, hormones rebalance, and circulation resets. But this process doesn't happen automatically. It requires the right signals, the right nutrients, and the right conditions. And this is where the special nut discussed in this topic becomes so powerful. It provides the body with essential fatty acids, amino acids, and minerals that directly support nighttime recovery, allowing your blood vessels to open more fully and stay more responsive. As you age, the natural elasticity of your arteries slowly decreases. This is not a failure of your body. It's simply the result of years of stress, inflammation, and repeated strain. But when you give your blood vessels nutrients that support flexibility and nitric oxide production before sleep, the process of repair accelerates. Your vessels begin to soften, widen, and carry blood more efficiently. You wake up feeling lighter, more energized, and more alive. Many men describe this as a morning recharge, a feeling they haven't experienced in years. And this isn't magic. It's biology responding the way it was always meant to when nourished correctly during the most important hours of healing. This specific nut works while you sleep because of how its nutrients interact with your nervous system. During the night, your parasympathetic system takes over the rest and restore mode of the body. This is when stress hormones drop, testosterone production rises, and cells rebuild. But if your body doesn't have the right fuel, this restoration is incomplete. The nut provides deep nourishment that feeds the nervous system, reduces oxidative stress, and supports hormone balance. It helps your body stay calm, reduces nighttime tension, and creates the ideal internal environment for better blood flow and improved morning performance. It allows your system to shift from survival mode into repair mode, which is essential for any man who wants to maintain vitality well into his 50s, 60s, and beyond. Men who incorporate this nutrient before sleep often notice that their mood improves, their sleep becomes deeper, and their energy levels rise. This is because strong nighttime nourishment stabilizes the body from the inside out. When your body rests properly, your mind becomes clearer. When your mind is clearer, your confidence increases. And when your confidence increases, your performance in every area of life naturally elevates. It becomes a chain reaction of positive change triggered by one small, consistent habit. This is why experts emphasize nighttime nutrition so strongly. It's not about what happens in the moment. It's about setting the stage for the next day. The real advantage of this nightly ritual is that it supports long-term health, not just temporary results. As circulation improves, nutrient delivery to tissues becomes stronger and cellular repair becomes more efficient. Over time, this leads to better stamina, improved cardiovascular health, stronger hormone balance, and a renewed sense of masculine strength. Men wake up feeling capable again. They feel the return of a power they thought they had lost. The body responds with gratitude when you nourish it correctly. And this simple nighttime habit becomes a signal that you are choosing vitality over decline. It fuels your recovery, strengthens your systems, and helps you rise each morning with more clarity, more confidence, and more control over your performance and health. In conclusion, your body is not slowing down because it's weak. It's slowing down because it's waiting for the right support. By giving yourself this simple nighttime habit, by nourishing your system with a nutrient that works with your biology instead of against it, you unlock a level of recovery, circulation, and strength that age can never take away. Every night becomes an opportunity to rebuild. Every morning becomes a chance to rise stronger, and every choice you make reminds your body that you are committed to vitality, confidence, and long-lasting performance. This transformation is not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming the power that has always lived within you. When you fuel your body correctly, your energy returns, your drive resurfaces, and the man you thought you lost comes back steady, strong, and fully alive. Good luck on this journey of renewal. Stay consistent, stay patient, and trust your body's incredible ability to heal and respond. Thank you for giving yourself the time to learn, grow, and invest in your health today. Your best days aren't behind you. They're waiting just ahead, and you're stepping into them with strength,